Welcome to the last of the Col-Hi Wildcats 1982 podcast, brought to you by Beats on Man Productions.
High. One of the students, I have no idea who he was, but he was in woodshop, and he took that picture and put it on some masonite, and then and cut them up into puzzle pieces. His picture of College High, and I got every piece but one. It was one. I put it together and had one missing piece. Well, that's pretty good, out of all of those.
Tell you what, later on, looking back, it was their parents. I grew up without a dad in the home, but their parents had a huge impact on me.
Cheated to win, and this young man asked why he cheated, to win. And in the course of that conversation, he said he wanted to get the gold. He had to get the gold medal, but he came to the realization that if you're not enough without the gold medal, you're never going to be enough with the gold medal. And I think to me, I love that.
And everybody's, yeah. Lucky guess that they know you, right? Well, so during the show that we was seeing, it was called Comedy Jamboree. During this show, in intermission, they came out, did birthdays and all this, and they said, well, we want to say hello to Miami Housing Authority. It's here from Miami, Oklahoma. And they started clapping, and then they said, well, we want to say hi to Risa Stamper-Harvell, who's in that group. We've known her for 30 years. And everybody's just like, I said, great. I told you so.
Hey, this is Scott Townsend. Welcome back to the last of the Col-Hi Wildcats 1982 podcast. And today I have with me, in the yearbook, her name is Risa Stamper. It's Risa Harvell. Is that?
It's Risa Harvell now.
Risa Harvell. Okay, great. So welcome to the podcast.
Well, thank you, Scott. I'm really enjoying all the other ones.
That's great. So, what have you been up to? These last. We'll start off with an easy question. What'd you have for breakfast this morning?
I had oatmeal and I had a yogurt.
Oh, okay, cool. So went the healthy way. That's great.
Yeah.
So, where are you coming to us from? What state are you in?
I'm in Oklahoma. I live in Miami, Oklahoma.
Oh, okay. So why is it Miami instead of Miami?
Well, it's named Miami because of the Miami Indian tribes that settled here years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, in Florida, they call it Miami, but up in Oklahoma, they call it Miami. So I never figured that out. But anyway, cool. So what have you been up to these last 40 years? Bring us up to speed after graduating in 82.
I graduated in 82. I waited 2 years. I was engaged at the time to Frank Donaldson, who is a Sooner High graduate.
Oh, yeah?
1982, so yeah.
Huh.
But that didn't work out, and so in 84, I decided to come to Miami, and I went to NEO A&M College for 2 years. While I was there, I met Frank Scott Harvell, which turned out to be a friend of Frank's. And we had one date, and he proposed to me on Labor Day weekend, 1984, and we got married the following August.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. One date and that was it?
Yeah, that was it.
And
Yeah.
I guess you guys have been together ever since, or yes,
Well,
or I don't know the story.
We was together for 26 years, and unfortunately he passed away
I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you. December the 2nd, 2011, and I've been on my own ever since.
Very well. So what do you do in Miami now, or Miami? What?
Well, I volunteered at the hospital here, Integris Hospital here, for 15 years. I checked people in for lab and x-ray, did that for 15 wonderful years. When all of this with the pandemic hit, I decided to retire from that. And I've been staying at home. I have a little dog named Samson. He's a little Chihuahua. Spoiled rotten.
It's easy to do.
But, yeah. Well, and I have something called multiple sclerosis.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. I've had it next Thursday on the 21st. I'll have it 30 years.
Oh, man.
And I use a walker, like when I take Samson out to do his business and stuff. And then I have an electric wheelchair that I just got right before Thanksgiving last year that I used too. So
multiple sclerosis, can you, I don't want to dwell on it, but what is it exactly? I mean, I think I know, but what is it? What's the problem there? What does it do? Or does it have something to do with the muscles or?
Yeah, muscles and the nerves. Everybody has a myelin sheath around their nerves.
Yeah.
Well, MS goes
in your brain.
there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
MS goes in there and eats away at that sheath. And I can lose feeling any part of my body. I'm still able to do some walking, but it's, increasingly getting harder. But, I just thank the good Lord that I'm still able to do what I am. So.
Right. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're getting around and you have the help that you need with the electric wheelchair and stuff like that.
Yeah. This electric wheelchair has been a blessing. It's just, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a rough 30 years, but I made it. Both of my parents are gone and my little brother's gone. So, yeah. So it's just me.
Just you, yeah. Well, it looks like you had some help there to begin with. Who's that?
Oh, I'm at Chapters. It's a bookstore here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they don't have internet, and I don't have internet where I live now.
Okay.
But, so I came down here, and they're letting me use it here.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah.
At Chapters bookstore.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
Jesse
cool.
and the rest of them. So, but yeah.
So what are your hobbies? How do you like to pass the time these days?
Oh, I love coloring books, adult coloring books. I like to watch TV. I do arts and crafts what I can. Yeah.
Looks like your fingers covering up the. There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, that's all right. Can you hold the camera up just to, if you can't, that's fine. But I don't know if you could hold it up. There. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, no, it's all right. So this is your first time to Zoom, huh?
Yes, this is my first time to Zoom. I've never done this before.
Oh, that's crazy.
But
See,
my
it's not that hard.
my stepmom still lives over there at Bartlesville. Odie Stamper. It's my stepmom. She lives over there.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about high school just for a second. In the yearbook, you were in the United Linen ad. You were standing in the truck there. Then on page 95, I think, is your senior year. And then there was another picture. What was that? Hang on. I can't remember what group this was in. Anyway, I'll find it. So what was high school like? What was it like growing up in Bartlesville and going to College High?
Oh, God. Well, going to College High School was awesome. My mom and dad at the time, senior year in high school, was going through a nasty divorce, and my brother and I was in the middle of it. But I really didn't have any problems in high school. I actually got good grades, and they just kept me, I tried to stay busy, try not to think about what was going on.
Yeah. So I think I found the picture here. It was, look through the notebooks. College High VICA members. VICA?
Yes.
What's the VICA stand for?
Oh, boy. All I remember from that is that I had a job. I was working at Walmart, and I was home by noon every day, is what I remember. And
okay. All right.
And I was office aide as well, and teacher's aide for a little bit, but yeah.
In high school?
Yeah.
So what was your favorite class in high school?
Oh, gosh. I had to say home ec. I like Mrs. Sue Reynolds. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people have said that. That's great.
Yeah, she was one of my favorite teachers. And
why is that?
Why? Well, she took the time to help me out. I'm totally blind in one eye, and so it's hard for me to see sometimes.
Even in high school?
Yeah.
Oh,
I was born with glaucoma, and I had 8 eye operations, and I have no sight in my right eye at all. And to tell you how bad it was, I run a sewing machine needle through my finger.
Oh my God. Ooh, God.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah.
So who was you and your brother? What was your brother's name?
Randy.
And who were the friends you ran around with? What was the group of?
Oh boy. Let's see. Rhonda, Rizzo, Stacy, Dennis, Pam Roars.
Oh yeah.
There's a bunch of us. Let's see. Rhonda and Stacy, and let's see, Kent Hudson. To name a few, we all went to Wayside together.
Oh, okay.
Elementary. So yeah.
So today, as of this recording, today is Stacy Dennis's birthday and Sandra Yeager's. Mm-hmm.
Yep, I did. I sent her a deal. So
okay, good.
So yeah, and I'm one of those leap year babies.
Oh, you are?
I am.
So you have a birthday every 4 years or something like that? Uh-oh, you're muted. There you go. What were you saying? I think your mute button got hit. Say that again.
I said turn 15 in 2 years.
You turned 15 in 2 years?
Yeah, when I turned 16.
That's funny.
So, yeah.
Oh man.
I got teased about that all the time in school.
Oh yeah, leap year. Wow. I don't think I've ever met anybody born on leap year. So there you go. I'll check
Oh, now
that box.
you have.
Yeah. What growing up in Bartlesville College High, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of College High and the senior year being the last graduating class of College High? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
The first thing comes to mind. How close we were. I mean, yeah, it's just how close we were, and it seemed like we got together a little bit more often. Um, yeah, it's just that close camaraderie that we had, and especially the ones that went to Wayside Elementary. I know that I wasn't the most popular person in high school.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
By any means,
Mm-hmm.
but I just tried to get along with everybody. Oh, sorry, dropped it.
No problem.
But yeah, I mean, I think my sophomore year of high school, I got in trouble and was suspended on in-school suspension for 3 days because I got
What?
into a fight with Michelle Whitchurch.
You got into a fight?
I did.
An actual fight?
Yeah.
Oh
She
my
called
gosh.
me she called me the B word.
Uh-oh. I have to look up Whitchurch's picture now. You got me curious.
I think she died of, she had brain cancer.
Oh,
I
yeah?
believe that's what happened with her.
Huh.
But
Michelle Whitchurch. Hang on a second. Keep going. So you guys got in a fight? Was it in the playground or in the school? Or
no, at school. She called me a bitch, and she actually hit me first, and then I swung and hit her, and so we both wound up in in-school suspension, and I wound up being right across the table from her.
Oh my gosh. So she had in-school suspension too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
So,
she started it. Michelle Whitchurch. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's who I thought it was. So she passed away?
yeah, I think she had brain cancer. I think, let's see, at the 20-year class reunion, she wasn't there, but she had sent something saying that she had brain cancer, and I hadn't heard any more about her. I think she passed away shortly after that. That's been a long time ago.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
What when you hear music, when you think of 1982 and being a senior, what is there any songs or music that brings to mind those times?
Oh gosh. I'm trying to think. I don't know why, but
Can you lift your camera up just a little bit?
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There
Sorry.
you go. There, that's right.
Maniac.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why that one comes to mind, but yeah, that one.
Oh yeah. Was that on what was it? Footloose or
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Footloose. Yep.
That's so
And
funny.
I think of Grease. The movie Grease. That was one of my favorite movies then. And
oh yeah.
yeah.
So what did you do for fun? Growing, in high school and stuff, after school or after work or stuff? What did you guys like to do?
Well, I know as I got older, when I was married, my husband and I left to go to Branson, Missouri.
Oh, okay.
I think we was up there probably every weekend, and we got to know several of the performers. singers and all that. And now that he's gone, they're still my friends. For instance, the world famous Platters was just here the end of March.
Hmm.
Whenever they're here, I always get a front row seat.
Hmm.
Well, for their show. This particular night, I was sitting on the front row, and one of the guys named Eddie Stovall come down off the stage and started singing to me. Well, I thought, okay, that just made my night. I thought, okay, this is all of it, right? Wrong again. That was the first half. The second half, one of the guys named Andre, young guy, come down off the stage and started stroking my hand and, got down on one knee and started singing to me. I was like, oh my word. And this is in front of a packed house.
Yeah. What song was he singing to you? You know?
Let's see, Eddie was singing Only You, and for the life of me, I cannot remember what Andre was singing, but it was just one of those songs that, it made me cry, and everybody's like, oh. But I've known these guys for about 30 years, so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You should get a autographed picture with them or of them.
I've got a picture on my phone of with the three of them, and
Oh, that's
so
cool.
yeah, they lost one of their members, 2007. He died of a heart attack, and they mentioned that night as well. His name was Lawrence, and his nickname was Rooster. And yeah, I mean,
Wonder
I
why.
know, like I said, I've known these guys forever, and I mean, I've got friends all over Branson, and a bunch of us from where I was living at the time, and which was 9 tribes, or not 9 tribes, Miami Towers, and the other senior citizen housing was 9 tribes. Anyways, there's about 30 of us that went to Branson, took a chartered bus and went, and they go, Risa, do you know these people? And I said, yes, because we was going to a show. And they go, oh, we don't believe this. And I said, you just watch. And the performers came out before the show and, hi, Risa. And everybody's, yeah. Lucky guess that they know you, right? Well, so during the show that we was seeing, it was called Comedy Jamboree. During this show, well, in intermission, they came out, and, did birthdays and all this. And they said, well, we want to say hello to Miami Housing Authority. It's here from Miami, Oklahoma. And they started clapping. And well, then they said, well, we want to say hi to Risa Stamper-Harvell, who's in that group. We've known her for 30 years. And I mean, everybody's just like, I
that's
said,
great.
I told you so.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I sure miss it. I can't drive, so, I miss it a lot. So one of these days, maybe I'll get back.
Right. How long has it been since you've been there?
Oh gosh, let's see. About 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, I miss it.
Yeah, that's a good story. Your time in the sun there. That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, nobody believed me, but I was like, I told you so.
Yeah, that's so awesome. When you think back, as we wrap this up, as you think back on high school, what advice would you give your 18-year-old self, knowing what you know now? What would you tell Risa Stamper, Madrissa, or what her?
Yeah. Well, I've been thinking about that, and I think the advice I would give myself is don't give up. I've been through a lot, like I said, in 40 years. I mean, and I've had 3 back surgeries, got metal plates and screws in my back, and everything that I went through, with my parents getting divorced, losing both of my parents, if you're going through hell, just keep on going. That's all you can do.
Yeah, don't
And I
stop.
have, and I have a strong faith in God. I go to Northwest Baptist Church. I take care of the nursery every once in a while. Oh yeah, and speaking of that, we have a Baptist Association, Northeastern Baptist Association. There's like 50 churches in this association.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got the pleasure, and I did this for about 12 years. I got to be mission friends director, which for the whole association, which meant I taught from babies up to about 5 years of age. And if a church wanted to start one of these groups, then I went in and helped them get their materials and get their class started. And I love that. I've served as vacation Bible school director, teacher. In fact, we're getting ready to have vacation Bible school, I think, towards the end of June. So, yeah.
What was it about teaching the little kids that you like so much?
Oh, gosh. Well, I don't know why, but I guess because I was a kid at heart. And just seeing their little faces light up, whenever, you're teaching them about Jesus. And yeah, it was really something to see those kids, light up, when you're talking about Jesus. And I don't know how much of an impact I had on their lives, but they're all grown up now. And
well, I'm sure you had quite an impact on them.
Grown up, married, and every once in a while I run into one. You remember me, Miss Risa? And I was going, oh, let me see.
Yeah.
What's your name? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like Mrs. Reynolds said, if you see me and I don't know you, stop me and tell me your name and introduce yourself so I can say hi to you.
Yeah. Oh, I just love that home ec class, even though, like I said, run the sewing machine needle through my finger. And that was, and I had a heck of a bruise on that finger, and it wouldn't have been so bad. It was my middle finger too, and so see my hurt finger. Flipping everybody off.
Yeah, telling everybody they're number one.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, Risa, it's been great catching up with you. Any final last words you'd like to say to the Wildcats before we hang it up here? Not final words, but I mean, just anything you'd like to say to the.
I have enjoyed your podcast. I watch it every week or whenever you have it on, and it has been fantastic, Scott. Thank you for letting me be a part of it.
No, you bet. No problem at all. I'm glad you reached out and that we got to connect and make this happen. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah, now that you know who I am.
Well, when I saw Risa Harvell, I was like, I'm looking up Harvell, and and I saw the other Harvell. What's her name? Can't think of her first name now. Anyway, so I couldn't find you, and that's when I started to have to ask. So, what's your maiden name, or all that stuff, and then I finally figured it out. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, thanks for helping me out with that.
Oh yeah, no problem. But I've enjoyed the podcast, and like I said, I have to go when I get back home. Everybody wants to see this, so.
Oh yeah. Well, good. I hope they like it. I'm sure they will. And
well,
yeah.
And I don't live too far from here. I was living in noisy today. I lived at a place called Miami Towers, and last year, back the end of August, they decided that our building, which was 100 years old, over 100 years old, was not structurally sound. So they moved all of us. We had to leave, and
oh, I think you hit the mute button again. There you go. There you go.
we was given 24 hours to get all of our essentials and our animals out of there.
Oh my gosh.
And
Doesn't sound like a lot of time.
it wasn't very much time at all. Luckily, I didn't have that much, but I mean, these people, when they said essentials, they're taking mirrors and, television, and all that stuff. And they took and put us on buses and us to the local motels. I spent 6 days at one of our local motels.
Oh, wow.
With my dog, yeah. And now I live at 9 Tribes on the 4th floor, and I love it. It's I have a 1-bedroom apartment, and it's twice as big as the one I had over at the other place.
Oh wow! So that's nice. That's good.
And they're going to tear
just more to
my
vacuum.
tower. Yeah, I have all tile floors. Which
Oh, okay.
I don't mind. It is kind of a hassle, but
probably makes it easier for your electric wheelchair to get around.
Yeah, I had to have the bigger apartment because I got the chair and the walker both.
Yeah.
They're going to tear Miami Towers down. They're going to build it back and only have like 60 apartments, which before they had like 90 apartments. They're going to rebuild it, and they're only going to allow people 55 and older to live there once they get it rebuilt.
Huh.
And I had the option of moving back over there because I'm over 55, and I told him, I said, no, I said, I need the bigger apartment. I said, I'd rather stay where I'm at. So,
yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. All right, Risa. Well, it's good to see you again. Tell everybody at Chapters Bookstore, thanks for letting you use their wireless or whatever they're letting you use there.
Yeah. And all right, like I said, I'm going to take us back home and show everybody.
That's great. All right, well, I'm going to sign off. Huh?
I said, if you don't mind.
Oh, no, not at all. I'll send you the links as soon as they're up. But anyway, for Risa Harvell, this is Scott Townsend. Thanks for watching, listening to this Last of the Col-Hi Wildcats 1982 podcast. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.
All right, see you later.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
The last of the Col-Hi Wildcats 1982 podcast is a Ditso Man production. Visit the Last of the Col-Hi Wildcats 1982 YouTube channel, listen on Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows.
This podcast is made possible by our Patreon members, Butch Bolin, Ben Townsend, Mark Thompson, Sandra Yeager, and Christy Brooks. And by the generous donations made via the GoFundMe campaign.